We're inside the yard at the Elmhurst Chicago Stone Company. This is Jeff. This is Charlie. How are you guys?
Good, John. How are you? Good to see you.
Why
Thanks,
am I
John.
talking to you two?
Gosh, so me and Jeff are with the 5th and 6th generation family-owned company here in Elmhurst. We're one of the oldest companies in Elmhurst.
In Elmhurst.
Still with the original family since 1883.
That's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, we've come a long way.
Was it always a stone company?
It got its start in 1883 when they discovered limestone in this location. That was core to the name and core to the beginning of the company. What we're looking at now is a ready-mix concrete batch plant, but this was the site of the company's original limestone quarry.
And when did it turn into this?
Well, it's been in its current configuration really since the 40s is kind of when ready-mix concrete took off.
Yeah.
The byproduct from the limestone were these chips that were kind of falling off, and people decided that was a great road base, and then it kind of led one thing to the other, and now it's ready-mix concrete.
And your grandpas were smart, weren't they? I mean, your family back then was like, this is what we can do now.
Absolutely. So yeah, they've employed a lot of folks around the area locally, and they had some really good sense.
Yeah, that is true. It started as farming, and they came to Naperville to begin, and then this opportunity presented itself. I think the farmer here was digging a well.
Correct. Yep.
And ran into outcropping of limestone, and the family had the foresight to say, maybe there's something else you can do here, not farm this section, and that started the mining. Yeah.
Let's do a quarry.
Let's do a quarry.
Somebody said.
Yeah.
Yeah, and why is it not a quarry anymore? Like, do they get everything out of a quarry usually? Like, is there no more limestone in what used to be this quarry?
Sure.
Yeah,
you go right ahead, Joe. No.
So the surface.
You can tell me to shut up if you
These
want.
are
It's a great question.
Okay.
It's a great question.
So there have been a lot of firsts here. This was a very early underground mine. So everything you see from the surface is a surface mine, and then there's 2 layers of underground mines that dwarf the size of the surface mine.
Really?
Yeah, but at some point, you mine lower and lower, and you'll hit a layer of shale. Got to get through the shale, set another decline, but eventually it got to the point where the economic viability of this quarry was reaching its end, and it was time to find what the next best purpose for this property was. And that was in the 90s.
This was in the 90s?
This was in the 90s,
yeah.
So in the 90s, the quarry itself was converted to a flood control facility, which benefits not just Elmhurst, but really the entire DuPage County area. But we retained the surface rights so that we could continue to run ready-mix concrete and do some of the other things on the property.
And the quarry still has a purpose. It may not be about stone, but it sure has a purpose. Because we had a chance to talk to what's going on in those quarries now, and it's a really, really important story.
Yeah. That's exactly it. I mean, the life of the quarry continues in many different ways. So this one, as a stormwater control, it's over 2 billion gallons that it can hold. We have a story in our Warrenville property that, once we depleted, the mine, the minerals there, brought it back up to grade, and now it's become, an incredibly successful, business park.
Yeah.
So that also benefits the local community there in tax revenue.
You have to know that I know nothing about concrete. I am the son of a union mason.
Okay.
So a bricklaying welder who his whole life was like, you're going to school. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like he didn't want it.
Absolutely.
So did you
Right.
think this was going to be what your life would be?
It's always a part of us. We grew up with it. I grew up with it in my blood, and we're really proud of what we do. And I think it's the second most consumable product in the world, next to water.
Wow.
What?
Yeah. So as much as we've got competition everywhere too, we're all good stewards of the land. And we're all local family companies, at the end of the day, a lot of us. Some of them are bigger conglomerates, but we're all doing a lot of the same stuff.
As we chatted before, you touch all of us. What you do touches all of our lives because we drive on these highways, we drive on these interstates that the concrete that's laying there is yours.
Well, absolutely. I mean, one of the big sayings is if you can't grow it, you need to mine it.
Yeah.
And it's true. I mean, everything that you see in here goes to everything out there.